For 15 years, the internet ran on a highly specific economic model: warehouses of underpaid writers churning out keyword-stuffed SEO sludge to game search algorithms. Generative AI dropped the cost of that generic text to zero. Machines can now generate it for free, which destroys the economic logic of the traditional SEO model. The 2026 Edelman Trust Barometer charts a sharp, continuous decline in the credibility of institutional voices, major media, and spokespeople. But as institutional trust falls, an inverse trend line rises. Audiences are actively placing trust in peers who have actually been in the room. Because large language models can flawlessly fake generic information at scale, verified human experience has become the one asset that a machine cannot reproduce. That human experience grows in abundance at live events. A trade show or conference is essentially an entire market assembled under one roof, wearing name tags. Winemakers use the word terroir to describe the specific soil, slope, and climate that makes a vintage impossible to reproduce on the next hillside over. Events have terroir. It is the specific industry meeting in a specific city, carrying the running jokes and shared history of every year that came before. Yet walk into a show office while the exhibition floor is live, and you will often find the organizing staff sitting at their laptops, answering emails that will still exist next Tuesday. Treating an event as a logistical puzzle to be managed guarantees that thousands of hours of authentic human testimony, the exact asset the market is currently starved for, simply walks out the door unrecorded. Capturing that asset requires adopting a reporter's mindset. Organizers have to stop producing polished marketing videos about their community and start extracting raw, first-person accounts directly from them. This means the chief intelligence officer of an event cannot delegate the field work. Leadership belongs out in the aisles, intercepting an attendee who just discovered a solution and asking a specific question while the insight is still fresh. The extraction doesn't stop on the exhibition floor. Every session you produce is performed in front of an incredibly honest focus group, and the audience is telling you exactly which material works in real time. The harvest signal is physical. It is 2,000 people laughing at the exact same instant. It is a row leaning forward, or a sea of phones rising to record a slide. You can track these physical indicators using anonymized computer vision AI, or by simply placing one person at the back of the room with a notes app to timestamp every spontaneous reaction. That list of timestamps becomes an automatic edit decision list. The live reaction of the room pinpoints exactly which 30 seconds of a keynote will resonate with the thousands of people who couldn't buy a ticket, entirely eliminating the marketing guesswork. The sheer volume of these interactions creates a massive processing problem. A few years ago, a longtime photographer nearly threw 70,000 physical images from decades of Washington society galas into a dumpster because his wife wanted their garage back. Looking at these prints, you see the verified, first-hand social archaeology of an entire era. Real people in the room proving they were there. But the dense crowds in these ballrooms illustrate the true bottleneck. There are simply too many faces to manually catalog without a full staff. The rescue happened because modern AI tools eliminated the bottleneck. Facial recognition software knocked, tagged, and cross-referenced faces across the entire collection, turning a decaying physical burden into an instantly searchable digital archive. Today, transcription and text-based video editing tools do the exact same thing for live event footage. A solo operator can cut an hour of rambling corridor interviews down to the best insights simply by highlighting and deleting text on a screen. The AI does not replace the human farmer. It acts as the combine harvester. It threshes the data at an industrial scale, making it economically possible for a single person to process their community's entire terroir. The feedback loop doesn't end when the venue empties. For the 48 hours after loadout at a massive gathering like Cannes Lions, the discourse moves directly to public digital forums and social media. This pipeline funnel visualizes what usually happens next. Research shows roughly 80% of highly qualified event leads receive absolutely no meaningful follow-up, causing them to drop out of the pipeline completely. The alternative is tribal personalization. Organizers can use their freshly harvested content to send hyper-specific deliverables to individuals, like the exact slides from a talk they asked a question at, or a face-matched photo of them walking the floor. A personalized 30-second follow-up proves someone was actually paying attention. It converts a passive attendee into a year-round brand ambassador who will eagerly record new video answers to industry questions months down the line. But there is one strict rule for this operation. Artificial intelligence is exclusively a processing and distribution engine. It must never be used to synthesize or hallucinate the human testimony itself. Letting a model rewrite what an attendee said or generating fake reactions instantly burns the credibility you spent the entire week cultivating. In a market flooded with infinite synthetic media, an authentic live event is simply the planting season for trust. The only question is whether you brought the tools to harvest it, or if you're letting the crop end up in the dumpster.